My ministry of writing and speaking to bring comfort and counsel to God's people began many, many years ago. The stories I'm going to share with you today are true. There are many things and many details in my life which are hard for me to remember. They are painful to remember, but we must not forget what they are. But what I do remember is that I live to tell them. And so today, and for the rest of my days, I will travel the world and I will tell my story, and the story of those who did not live to tell their own story. And so today I invite you, it's been a long morning and a wonderful time of worship in the Lord, but I will give you a Reader's Digest condensed version of my story, right? Yes. My name, for those of you who do not know me, is Cornelia Tamboon. My father and family called me Corrie, but my close friends call me Tante Corrie. You may call me Tante Corrie. I was born in the Netherlands on April 15th of 1892. And I'm the fifth and youngest child of my father and mother, Casper and Cornelia Tamboon. I had a sister, Betsy, a brother, Willem, a brother, Hendrik, who died as a child, and my sister, Nolly. And all three of my aunties, my mother's sisters, lived with us in our house. When I was an infant, my father inherited the family business, the watch clock shop of my grandfather, who started the business back in 1837. And the shop was in the ancient city of Haarlem in Holland, about a half hour north of Amsterdam. This was a very ancient city, and the old watch shop was on the street level of a very busy street called the Badjoderstraat. And people who knew the family and knew us and knew this crooked old house called it affectionately the BJ, short for BJ, BJ. And when I was growing up in Haarlem, it was the happiest house in all of Haarlem. My dear father was held in deep respect of all the people of the city of Haarlem. Casper was his name. And people would come to him to have their watches and clocks repaired, but more often they would come just to send him greetings and sit a spell with this very humble, learned man. He was loved by all, and all loved him. He was a patriarch of the city. He had a bushy, white, big beard, and he was a very well-read man, and people would often come just to enjoy stimulating conversation with him. Both my father and mother set a joyful tone in our home when we were growing up in the BJ. I remember the wise words of my mother. She said, "Happiness isn't something that depends on our surroundings, Corrie. It's something that we make inside ourselves." We were not rich in money, but in all other things, we were very rich because we had the Lord, and our family knew him well. And even though there were difficult times, we never had to carry the burdens alone. We were always reminded that the Lord was with us, and that he was always there for us.